Hi everyone, Robin here. Thanks for joining me on Poppystamps. Today my project features a couple of products from Poppystamps Holiday Happenings release, which is also part of their blog Blitz. So if you leave a comment, you have a good chance to win the Deco Victor Square, which I used in my project today. So let's get started. Here are the products I used. The Deco Victor Square, which I used as an embossing plate and a die cut. I also used the Art Deco Celebrate Christmas stamp set, which has some great sentiments that you could use not only on the front, but inside your card or project. My card bases today are 5.5 by 5.5 square with a side fold. I like side folds during the holidays because most people like to stand their cards up. You will also need a piece of heavy white cardstock, and mine is cut at 5 inches square. To use the die as an embossing plate, I just place the die in the center of my 5-inch square, added some removable tape, and I was ready to send through my die cut machine. Be sure to double check the manufacturer of your machine to see the correct sandwich. To produce an embossed image like this, you usually need an embossing pad. For my sentiment, I cut an oversized piece of cardstock and placed into my stamp positioning tool. Here I have the new Stamping Up tool. I like trying all the different ones, and I'm just going to basically center my sentiment in the middle of my strip, add some Versamark ink, and stamp onto my cardstock. Once stamped, I'm using some ultra fine embossing powder from Ranger. Gives a nice even coating. And after heating my heat gun, applied to my sentiment and allowed to cool. I trimmed my strip to 3/4 of an inch wide, which happens to fit inside the die cut perfectly. So whatever sentiment you decide to use, make sure it will fit on a 3/4 inch strip. Once I had it positioned, I was ready to add some liquid glue to the little points. It's all it needed was just on the ends of each one. And once it had dried, I used my scissors and trimmed right next to the die cut. And if you hold your scissors at a slight angle, you won't accidentally trim your die cut. After I had trimmed my strip, I added some liquid glue to the ends of each one and applied to my card panel. Once dry, I was ready to add a little more liquid glue to the little points on my die cut. Doesn't take much glue, and it dries quickly. Once my panel was dry, I added 1-inch foam tape to the back just to give it a bit of dimension onto my card base. It's a fairly simple card, so a little bit of dimension always helps. Before you apply your panel, you might want to double check which way your card base is opening. I have, on occasion, placed it incorrectly and had to carefully pull my panel off and cut a new card base. As you can see, the background embossing is really pretty with this very simple card. To finish my cards, I added a few clear jewels with some liquid adhesive. I think to improve this card, I would rather have used some more sparkly rhinestones. But as I have mentioned in the past, we are in the middle still of a remodel, and all my crafting supplies have been packed. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial today and will give this fairly simple card a try. Please be sure to check out Poppystamps Blog Blitz. Each day of a Blog Blitz post, you have a chance to win one of the products used in that post. I hope you have a great day, and be sure to leave a comment. Thanks for stopping by.